cool. And let's take a look onto the map here. We have Autumn Drive, race number 7 in Season 3. So 3 more times after that, and then the Trackmania Formula League Season 3 is already gone. It felt like this, you know, it was...
Yeah. Only 10 weeks goes by really quickly.
Yeah. Okay, we already start with rain. Okay, we already have rain. There we go. I mean, Autumn also known for being rainy, but I'm just gonna follow Berserker here because he's just on my camera and probably one of the better players to cope rain. So, yeah. Let me check.
Like Shorty has some issue.
Yeah. Okay, sometimes it does just reloads. I don't know, maybe he has to restart the game, but of course if he doesn't see anything, that is unfortunate because the rain effect of course is customized. I don't know, but he has some issues, he's flaming a bit, but I think a lot of people have those issues, but right now we have a bridge that Berserker is going over and a long passage there. So he is on his way to maybe finish that first step. Okay, I see already slides where you can definitely, or turns where you can definitely slide out and lose it all, especially there. You could have seen it. Very harsh map by the looks of it. Also there, bonk into the wall. But yeah, first impression of the map, Atypick. Do you like it or don't you?
Yeah, I think I liked every map, but the map I prefer tends to be like more reality focused.
Yeah.
Like we had amazing and crazy maps. Like the last one, global warming. Here it looks natural in the countryside. I really like the autumn vibe. So yeah, I really like the maps in general.
Yeah, I can be, or I can understand you on that side. Of course, in this you want to be as, or you kind of, your style is that you like it as realistic as possible. Of course, in Trackmania you can do other things, but I think it has a good touch to it because this track could be there in real life. Of course, a little bit adapted and also better graphics, right? But I agree with that. It looks cool. It looks very generic, very natural. Also here, this part now where Berserker is going into, you know, you could see those things in real life. And it's just very cool to see this map. Of course, this banking might be a bit harder to build, but hey, should be still possible as Berserker is approaching this turn. And this reminds me actually of this one turn that we've had in Season 2, where it was Joey getting overtaken by Scrappy. Maybe you remember that.
Just at the end, yes. I totally jinxed the win out of Joey. And I was a bit shameful about it, but yeah, both players deserved it, and yeah, Joey was the last mistake he couldn't really afford to do, and it cost him the win by a very small margin. Like I think we're talking 1 or 2 meters difference at the finish line. So yeah, but I think compared to the full race that we had on rain last time in Season 2. This one looks to be a lot more, a lot less technical.
Yeah, I agree. There are long passages. I'm currently spectating Safe Chris. For example, you have this turn. You have a lot of, or like not turns, you have very long passages, and the map also doesn't feel that long. 1 minute in length with wet tires. The track also does not, like, of course, if you make a mistake, it looks hard to cope, but I think that... What is Shorty doing in the chat, man? Oh my god, this guy is...
I don't think he's enjoying his time right now.
He's just very toxic sometimes. But that's a typical Shorty. But yeah, you have very long passages, and it's not that technical indeed. That's also my first impression. Maybe some turns going into the ending, or this 180-degree turn. But else, it doesn't seem that hard by the first glance.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Like the map we had last season was really technical. For a full wet map, it was really technical. But I think we can't just disregard the map as a easy map or less technical one. Drivers will be prone to errors, just as we saw Patrol's last turn go bam into the trees going extremely low as he crossed the finish line. So we will see drivers go for errors, go for massive mistakes. There is plenty of room where you can flip your car by an unexpected drift. It would be an amazing race.
Yeah, I also assume that this will be an amazing race. Also to see, maybe we're gonna see no rain in the next minutes. We don't know. I mean, percentile is 60%. It can be a full rain race. It can also be a, like, only qualifying rain. That would also be cool if they adapted. Of course, last time I think we had a full rain race.
Not quite.
Like,
We had
no,
like
I mean in the second
half of
season.
free practice. Oh yes, it was
There we
full
had it,
rain all the time. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean, exactly. There we had a full rain race. As I'm currently going through the players here a bit, as we have not a lot of players attending here actually. Right now we only quote-unquote have 34 players on the server. But right now it is Marius leading the round, leading the race, then Wingo Bear, Sefi Chris also with a great performance, Belul, then Nano of course, who is the creator of this map. But again, guys, caution to that, Nano is playing, but he is playing and DNFing. He will DNF the qualifier and he will also DNF the race, but he will play it, yeah? So that's what he's doing. As I'm currently following Marius, who's in the pit lane, yeah? And the pit entry doesn't look too hard, but of course you can slide out there with like if you just steer in while you are braking. So that's what can happen, that you go for a slide and then of course your car is slippery and not turning or slowing down. But in general, just having this water effect is really cool. It's very unique, and I think we just admire the Trackmania Formula League for just translating those things into the game every time.
Yes, always mind-blowing what they have achieved on this game mode, and I can't be more happy to cast this with you and always witness those kind of game mode. As looks like Descatiem can't quite load the texture. It is a texture. It's not actually rain dropping on the road. It's a texture that players sometimes with bad internet connection on not as fast as others have issues loading.
Yeah, and then you just get the checkerboard pattern, and that of course is obscuring your whole screen because the rain effect is over the whole screen, and then you cannot see anything. So players maybe have to join and leave the server to let this one load in, because this takes some time to download. Because I don't know what that issue is with downloading things, but of course if there are more players on the server, it will be hard. But of course with that you're gonna have that, as Marius just sailed a good lap here. But yeah, I mean, I think Marius is a good pick here today to win the race, as well as Razorlight, Joey, or maybe a player by the name of Berserker, who is just clocking in the fastest lap. I actually wanted to talk about him, but now he's actually getting that fastest lap, 1.7 seconds ahead of Marius. What a time.
Yeah, I think we definitely, like, just talking about this season, the only race that we had rain. It was such an interesting race, just because we had two like kind of race where one was in the wet and one was in the dry, and we saw drivers really struggling in the rain, where others were like quite at home with it. And Berserker, Marius, and Joey were one of the leading cars, and then when the rain stopped, suddenly Patrols and Wosile started to storm in the lead of the race, with Patrols ending up winning the entire race.
Yeah, that's a good point, and you might wonder why those players in particular can cope that rain so well, because the rain, and I'm always repeating that, behaves a bit like Coast from Trackmania United. And that's why the players who have experience in those environments have it a bit easier here to adjust turns, to also estimate turns, yeah, and to just let their car do what they want and not let it slide out. And it's great, and I hope that we're gonna have that today as well. Maybe we're gonna have a full rain race. We don't know that as well. We only knew that it will rain, but for how long, the duration is not quite there for us. But yeah, I hope that this will be the case as well. I mean, also a player like Dexter is definitely capable of winning a race, but of course Patrose as well. And speaking about Wolsal, I mean, you were talking about him maybe being one of the players who is not fast on rain, but look at him right now. He's on that 3rd position at the moment, 1 second behind Berserker. And also Patrose.
Great time by Patrose.
Oh man.
Great time. 300 of a second, 3/10 of a second faster compared to Berserker.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, but I think every driver in the top 10 of the championship could have an amazing lap. The fact is, in the rain would be more like consistency.
Yep.
And will Patrose be able to get consistent lap time around the track compared when Joey looks to be is one of the favorites, was promised to win
by you
last season. He had amazing race and he just screwed up at the very last turn. Unfortunately, low tires plus rain. It was a massive struggle, but Joey ended up like could have definitely win. So I would put my money on Joey if we have a full race. Looks like the race has stopped now. Maybe just for the drivers to have a dry running of the racetrack and maybe race dry qualifying, rainy race. Would be awesome.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, you could see the weather is getting a bit more clear now, and also the rain effect is
it's
gone.
not raining anymore for me.
Yeah, but still, it's still slippery. Probably at 8:30 or something, it will be dry again. But yeah. Okay, there we go. 8:35, and we have dry tires now. So players now able to drift, and I will follow Wolsal now to see how he's racing around the track with dry tires. I think this can be interesting. Not sure if he knows that already. Okay, he does. Okay, he's drifting that corner now. But of course, very, very interesting to see that now, right? Very cool.
Yeah, they are relearning. They are relearning the trajectory, which are definitely changing.
Yeah, okay, my camera just changed there. But yeah, of course, now
same.
With my camera just went to follow all. But now, of course, so maybe for you to give you an insight why you don't want to slide, a slide is just uncontrollable and you lose too much speed. If you slide, your car is sliding out very much, so the velocity is not traveling into that direction you want to go to. It's just going forwards. So that's why you want to keep a no slide in that rainy section, like in real life, yeah? It just, you can't compare it with that. It's hard to really describe it, but it's just that you cannot really travel like into the direction if you slide with rainy tires or with the rain effect, but you can with that because you just have the grip. With rainy tires you don't get the grip. And also Wolsal here, not getting the fastest lap, you're making a small mistake, but still improving to 57.95.
Yeah, I think it's still a very good lap and is, even 1 second faster, 2 seconds faster here compared to his personal best, which he just improved last time. So we are up for a banger on Wolsal's side. Might not be the fastest because he tends to lose a couple of tenths here and there. Russell is 2 seconds, 0.7 ahead of him, so Wolsal looks to be struggling a bit in this section on the bridge, but still would be an amazing lap.
Okay, wait, where? I couldn't find him now actually. Where is he? He's a bit further behind, right?
He's top 15.
Top 15. Wait, for me that's... no. There you go. Let's see what time Wolsal is doing here. I don't see it, but he's top 4. And also we see players lurking up into the top 10 here. As we see Danik B setting the fastest time. We have Suke TM dropping a bit behind. But also Trilux was temporarily in that top 10 position. So also the German player and also streamer, yeah? A very, very big streamer from Germany, and also like playing a lot of Trackmania, which is really cool. You know, he's really into Trackmania. He has really discovered that game a little bit for him. But we see Dum Dum after Dum Dum here for the players. And Nano
is the best lap record.
Yeah. So also cool to see him in that division here, but
that's his map. He's cheating.
Yeah, he's cheating, of course. He is cheating here, but still, I hope that he can still hold himself in the first division, because it's his first race in division number 1. He was in division 2, and now it's his map, and he will not finish the race, the actual race. So I hope that he can, yeah, hold himself in that division still.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what time he does.
So back in the pit. And let's have a look at what kind of time he can do with worn tires, new tires, and new fuel.
Yeah, would be interesting to see, as the pit entry doesn't really look too hard, maybe with wet tires, as I'm currently following Danik B, as I don't have any checkpoint counters, so I cannot tell you if he is on a good run or not, but he gets a lot of speed over this part, accumulating it very well over this long stretch. It's really important to get speed. You can see how he's coming closer to Simply Nick here, so Danik B really has figured out this line that here you want to release, don't touch the penalty grass. He's 0.62 ahead, also here going for a small drift, and then the last part will decide it, and Danik B will set the fastest lap here by the looks of it, if he gets a lot of speed here. And it will not be enough. It's 0.1 away from Nano, so Nano still with the fastest time with a 53.4.
Bisaker is on a very good lap as well. Might not challenge Nano, but at least Danik B for P2. Last drift, last corner, right onto the graph. May has lost a couple of times. Yes, will be behind Danik B by a 2/10 of a second.
Yeah, it would have been enough actually for Berserker to overtake Danik B, but he went over the penalty grass there, unfortunately.
No. This part of grass, was really struggling with it. Always grabbing a wheel onto the grass and losing quite a lot of speed there.
But so many new fastest laps. Of course it's cool because they only have 8 minutes to set the fastest time. But let's go ahead into the player list. Who is there also to play? We have Wingo Bear falling behind. He was on 2nd place. Lars is playing. Picking Ant is also playing. Dexter, I haven't really seen too much from him. He's on P14. Then we have Totti, Siuk, Wall, Vekisos, Bosal, Joey, The Shras. Then Neko, Darkbringer, Figure is also playing, as well as Shorty, Golden Nugget, J-Sag, Sineon, then Ruffy, Koda, and Deska. But Deska, of course, had some issues with him loading the thingies, but now he's able to play. I hope that this will work for him, that he doesn't have a black screen, but he of course has to figure out the map now in just like 8 minutes or something like that.
It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining. Like it's he has lost quite a lot of time in the free practice just playing with this game to have the mode download.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking about Dexter, I don't have the markers on his lamp, so I'm not quite sure he does improve. Yes, he does. Goes from P9 to P6, a 53.545 for Dexter. Still looking for a good result. He was a lot of the time on the podium, but yet a win for Dexter, who was so dominant in Season 2.
Yeah, Dexter, like one of the strongest players, but of course right now he has other things to worry about. His health. Then yesterday he played a tournament where he got 2nd in, where we had a crazy final, the Scary Cow Cup. Yeah, it was a multi-style competition and themed as Halloween maps, very cool. So organized by Spam, Renku, Sinus Apple, Yuvo, as well as Simply Nick and Lakadal, who provided the maps, and H2H did the scenery. So some big names, and Dexter got 2nd there yesterday, so he claimed €240, so that's a good prize pool. Then of course there's OGL as well. That's good, right?
Yeah, still a good one. I think Trackmania is not like known to be yet, I think, in terms of big money prize pool.
Yeah, it isn't.
Especially if it is outside tournaments or things like this. Might come in the future, I think. The game, at least in terms of format, with the OGL, TMGL, looks to be kind of healthy. So I think the level of competition will just go higher and higher, and probably the show and the viewership will go higher as well.
Yeah, you said it, the show. The show. Yeah, Okay, Dexter way too dank into the pit. Couldn't really decide what to do there. But Dexter failing that lap here, unfortunately. But yeah, I agree. I hope that this will rise because 1,000 euros is one of the top tier competitions in Trackmania. And for in some games, people would not even bend their hand for that. Pro players, of course, to talk about that. But still, it's cool to see Spam organizing those cups. We also have Gamers Assembly next week. And then, of course, OGL, Trackmania Grand League, Trackmania Grand League Challenger, those things. And I also think that the format or the whole league system behind that is good. But now with OGL, not having the exact step that you have to play, you only have Timeattack, where you don't race against players just for yourself. That feels a bit boring to play, but hey, I think that they're gonna adapt those things, they'll listen to that, and I hope that the prize pool will indeed rise. But what I also want to see is a good race today. Yeah, 50 laps we have, but before we're gonna start with the 50 laps, we have the free practice coming to an end, and we're gonna start with the qualifying.
Indeed, qualifying, you may know or you may not, but if you don't, it is just you have 5 minutes to complete 2 laps. The best of your 2 laps would be taken into consideration, and then you're just going to be ranked on your best of your 2 laps. And we will have a grid, an actual grid, and you start. And I was watching Wingo Bear VOD of a race number 5, which I wasn't there to cast with you, and he actually made a point where regarding on where you start on the grid, the first turn may not be a full speed turn, and you may be lifting a bit. So looks like there is a advantage or not to start on the front row or in the back row. And I was so surprised to think about it and to find it that there may be some advantage starting on the front row. But I think in this map there might not be any advantage at all.
Yeah, but that's an interesting observation that you've had there, because just speaking of it, it sounds logical that you have a different turn when you have more speed coming from the back of the pit. That is normal, because if you start way back, you have more speed. But yeah, interesting, and I think it will not impact the race too much, but maybe 1 or 2 mistakes have happened because of that. Maybe. This could be the case. But hey, we're gonna start now with the qualifying, where the top 13 is getting rewarded with the first set of points. As you've mentioned already, the best of the 2 flying laps will count. Yeah, and the top 13 is getting rewarded with points. As I will just follow Moppel here, who is in the race. But let's not follow Moppel, let's follow...
Don't Joey just crash into a wall.
I'm gonna follow Belul here.
I think Wosile is still a good contender to spectate, but Dexter and Shotty are well ahead as well, so might be interesting to see them.
I'm gonna follow Pre-6 here, Belul, because we're gonna see the top field, and also maybe if he gets overtaken or something like that. He gets a really good line there over the sections, but look at the speed from Wall here into the lead. He goes ahead of him, and then Golden Nugget is also there. Wall touching or goes so far over the penalty grass might be a good opportunity for you to gather some speed. But let's go into the multi-lap where you want as much speed as possible. I think Shorty will go for yet another turnaround and then go for more speed. Imagine now it would rain or something.
Yeah, it's a dry qualifying, and I expect rain to happen in the race. Maybe starting lap 5 or right from the get-go. I think we had plenty of dry running on this race. We need to see some rain happening. But as for qualifying, both are 2 purple sector, 2 orange one. So it's looks to be quite difficult for Bosile, but is still well in contention for that pole position. But Darkbringer keeps on improving his sectors. So he's good to go for a pole position.
And that's a close fight here though for the ending, as Razorlight goes into the lead. But we have Vosal setting the fastest lap out of Dexter. But that is so close. But actually a great fight there coming into that ending section. Again, very hard to tell here, but it is Vosal being 0.2 ahead of Dexter by the looks of it. And then we still have players being on the grid here. Who's still playing? Patrose is still driving, yeah, as well as Picking Enter, who's ahead of him. And then we also have one other player finishing the race. What time will Patrose do? I think he will land in the top 10. And he will do so. Indeed, Patrose... No, never mind. No, he landed 6th. Okay, I was only looking 7th and downwards. But Patrose is getting 6th here. Wosa wins it here. 20 points for him. Then Dexter 0.2 away. And Moppel 0.33 behind on P3. Also a great performance. Then Berserker, Shorty, Patrose, Dorian Raid, Wingo Beer, Danik B, Bearlul, Razorlight, Chris, and also Picking Enter getting 1 point here. And the bubble man is Marius, not getting himself points.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but it's cool to see Patrols with a good qualifying performance. He was really struggling in the last few races, not scoring any point in the qualifying. So seeing him there, it's great news. Mopel as well on P3. We jinxed Mopel so hard last time he disconnected. I really hope he's going to have a good race, because he definitely needs it.
Yeah, we definitely jinxed him, and he also wrote a Twitter comment underneath that video. I felt also like, yeah, I mean, it was just bad timing, you know?
Yeah.
It was just bad timing in this regard. But yeah, the mod for me is not loading. I already pressed escape, yeah? So it doesn't load for me. It is what it is. Next time, Nano, or like if there's a mod, make sure to send that to me in advance, because then I can just implement it into the mod folder and then it's loaded immediately. But hey, I think the map...
So, do you have any pronostics about when it is going to rain?
No.
Like, I think it is a big question on whether or not we are going to have rain, and from which lap.
Maybe we don't. I don't know, but my prediction is that we're gonna have a dry race from now on. And at like lap 25, 26, something like that, halfway mark, I think we will have rain. That's my prediction.
So we finish on the rain would be interesting. It was the opposite that we had last time. We started on the rain and finish in the dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would agree. Maybe not on lap 25 or so, but maybe a bit earlier.
Okay.
To have the rain. I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. But it would be quite a surprise, I think.
But we both agree on that it will rain, yeah? So that's a good point. And also we have a question here. What am I watching? Is this the weekly track that comes with club access? No, this is a community-made event. It's the Trackmania Formula League, and the cars are behaving like Formula cars here. You have a tire management, you have fuel management, your car's not getting light or anything like that. That is like hardly possible. But also rain is an opportunity that we've seen already today. But here in the live race, and I think that's a good transition to the actual live race, how this works, you have to consider how much fuel or how much stints you want to have to make, yeah, because your car is burning fuel and the tires will be worn off after a while. If your tires are on 0%, you will just DNF because your tires would just blow up in real life as well. And if you have 0% fuel, you will just freewheel, and if you're standing still, you will DNF as well. As we're gonna start in 1 minute. And do you have any predictions who's gonna win this race? Of course, Wosa would be an interesting or like an easy prediction, but I think that we're gonna see maybe a different winner today. I hope so. Danik B looked very strong.
Like if we had one, I think Marius is a good contender. Like, we know that he can be fast on dry race, and talking to you, we also know that Marius can be also quite good on a coasty kind of on a rain track. Joey is one of my favorites, yes, as well, but Marius and Joey, I think would be my top two.
Okay, good pick actually there, and also with Marius, a safe pick. He will perform good today. I can't put my hand into the fire for that. You know, Marius is a very good pick, and I think that he can do some damage today. In the last rainy race, I think he has gotten himself top 2 or top 3 or something like that. So a very good performance, but it was not a full rain race. and there was still Massa and also Spam playing. So he was doing a great job, but I will go with Berserker today. I think yes. Berserker can do a good one.
Would have been my my surprise pick as well. Berserker looks to be in a top form, and yeah, I would agree with you with Berserker.
Yeah, but let's go into the first lap. We're here. We have 50 laps to go, so maybe 10 lap stint. We're gonna see how they're gonna burn the fuel. But let's go ahead into the first fight. We have Dexter, Wosal, and also Patrosa in the lead. Then Shorty and also Figure, who's playing. Very cool to see him play as well in that 4th position. So Figure already a little bit behind, 0.4 of a second to be exact, behind Wosal, Dexter, and Patrosa, who just accumulating a lot of speed over that long stretch. Very important to get that with wet and also with dry wheels. Wosal not touching the penalty grass that much, and he is in the lead. Dexter decides to go for a no slide, thus having a worse approach compared to Wosal, and Wosal with a bit more speed, but just by the first glance. And it is Dexter still holding strong. He is on 2nd place. Patrosa is behind. Wosal is still in the lead and gets a very good line there. Look at that speed that he has gotten there. Wosal is extending his lead, already 0.3 ahead of both Patrosa and Dexter, but Dexter is not saying no. He is still in a hot pursuit here and is on a good time here by the looks of it.
Yeah, we have a very compact field. Shorty leading in P4, then we have except for Chris, all the way back to Marius on P12 for Marius. So really packed kind of group of car, and oh my, I think we have Darkbringer. We're missing the checkpoint there. Yeah. Need to check that, but yeah. Tiny mistake, went too wide in a turn and missed out on the checkpoint.
Yeah, I've spotted that as well. I thought for a second that it was Wosal, but that wasn't the case. Figure with a very good line over that part, getting so much speed out of that, and also has a little bit of air to breathe now to Marcelella and to Funky Jug, who is also doing a great job here in that 7th place. Darkbringer is giving up. Okay, I think he has indeed then missed the checkpoint as you were forecasting it.
He did miss the checkpoint, but he didn't flip whatsoever. He could have rejoined the track. I don't know. Maybe issue with his controller. The connection looks fine.
I don't think so.
But it was really strange to Darkbringer to go straight on this turn.
I think the checkpoint stripes are long enough, and you also spot them, so you should be aware that you actually.
He was aware. He was aware. He missed out on the checkpoint, but I don't know. It just probably decided, let's go.
I mean, it's a marathon.
And yes,
it's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, but unfortunately, to see that.
He had all the time. He wanted to rejoin, and come back in the race.
But he is out on that one, unfortunately, and he will not play a role here in this race as he is, down here. He's down and DNF'd. So let's actually check how many players we have on the server. We actually have 36 players playing. Right now, Deska is on last. Then we have JSAC. JSAC getting overtaken by Deska. Then Simply Nick, DJ Ruffy, Koda, Empty. Let's go with this view then. The Shraz Lars also not with a good performance thus far on P28, as well as Shorty, but it's very stacked here. Look at that, how many players are here ahead of Shorty. It's like a lot, and it's like only 1 second between the players, so I didn't say anything. Still everyone with a good performance. Maybe they have just made a small mistake and they can catch up from that. A mistake can happen, and Shorty finds himself on P23 just behind Trilux. Then we have Golden Nugget, as well as Razorlight. Your pick here as well, falling a bit behind. Joey, on P25 at the moment. And then we have Shorty going up places here. Nano on P15. Safi Chris on P13. Berserker, Cloudjo, Dorian Raid, Funky Jug, Suke, Wingo Bear, Maris on P6. Figure on 5th. Danik B, Patrosa, Dexter, Wosal in the lead, and Wosal setting the fastest lap and is already 1.4 seconds ahead. So Wosal really showing what he's capable of doing after 6 laps. Already a huge lead for him.
Yeah, already a huge lead, but also a huge gap in terms of tire consumption. There is a 3 to 4% gap between Wosal and Dexter, and Wosal is with Suke ATM the one who is using the more his tires. So drifting a lot.
Yeah, they
but
are.
Looks to be quite fast, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it's only some sold percentile, but still, this can really matter at the end of the race. As I'm currently following Siuk, who is also like one of the new faces in the Trackmania Formula League for me. He has done great races in the past, but he is really like a player who was capable of making it to the top 10. Maybe, yeah, a lot of races, not every race, but right now he's on that 8th position, and maybe the speedy tech map with a lot of full speed sections is suiting him well. Berserker right now in 6th place, then we're Figure, Danik Dexter, and Patrose. Dexter falling behind, and Patrose now in that 2nd place. But 38 versus 42, it already looks different, yeah, but I think Wolsal is still going for the same pit stop strategy as the others. I don't know what they will go for. Do you have any predictions on that, or like when will you see the first
No, I
pit
haven't
stop?
watched the like tire consumption or fuel usage at all. If I were to guess, Wolsal might pit in I would say 3 to 4 laps. Because his tires are going to dip quite fast, because we know that he's using quite a lot of his tires. In terms of fuel, he's really good, but yeah, I would give him 2 to 3 laps maybe for if he wants to be greedy, knowing that his tires are going to be in the red and he can't quite trust them anymore.
Yeah, so you have to think now. You have 50 laps. Do you want to pit now? I think it will be 9-9 and then 8-8. That we have those stints.
Probably.
Because then you go for 50. And I think Wolsal will pit, like as you said, in like 2 laps. So this one, of course, including 3 laps maybe. There's also a strategy for the lap 10 stint that you only go for 4 pit stops. But Wolsal is not deciding to pit here. Yeah, he's at 24% tire consumption. So now we're going to go into the danger zone. That means that the car tends to start up more. Dexter already going for the first pit stop here. Then we have Danik B also going to the lap. Dorian Raid also with a pit stop. So we see some different strategies as you see here in a second. But I think we're gonna see the majority of pit stops being done in lap 9 or lap 10. Probably the most in lap 9.
Yeah, I will agree with you. That, like, looks to be the tendency in Trackmania Formula League that we had in the past few races, where either it's going to be lap 8, either it's going to be lap 10, but lap 9, sorry. It's rare that we have like very long stints, a lap 11, lap 12 stint. Never really happen, because like safing too much is detrimental to the race. Generally, at least in Trackmania, in TMFL, you want to be at 100% of your capabilities. You don't want to be too slow on the racetrack to save fuel or save your tires. You want to be really aggressive, and I think the game mode rewards aggressive drivers, and hence why we have Wolsal and Dexter being really dominant driver. Patrols as well is known to be aggressive, but I would say a bit safer compared to Wolsal and Dexter.
A bit safer towards that. That is a good point, and of course, being safe is a good keyword here, as it's not safe to go for a lap 10 stint. But okay, we see this strategy being done now. I thought that Wolsal will more go for the pacing here, as we see both of them going to the pit stop, and also the others just pitting here. Let's see, do they get penalties or not? Danik B overtakes Figgy here in that sector, but Figgy with more speed into that one. So the pit overtake has not really worked out that well. Shorty still going for a lap. I'm not sure what he is on again, but Shorty temporarily leading the race, as well as Marius not going for a pit stop. Maybe that's also like a strategy, that they go for 11-11 and then just 9-9-9? Wait, no, then they have to go for 10. I'm not sure what they're going for, but for me also a lap 10 pit stop is the viable option, and not lap number 10 and not lap number 11. That's what I mean. So interesting strategies here, different strategies from all the players, as you might see here. Lap 8, lap 9, lap 10. So everything is different here from the players.
It's such a shame that we will not be able to see the last kind of lap Shorty is putting, but he's already 1 second point 2 behind. Oh my god, he's going for lap 12. It's a madman. But Shorty, compared to Wursile, was using more fuel compared to his tires. So he's quite confident with his tires, looks like it. And he knows that he can go another go for with his fuel, so why not do it? But he's incredibly slow. He's losing 1.2 seconds per lap compared to his rival, which will be driving quite fast, and that might be... It is Shorty's way to play Trackmania Formula League. And it's awesome to see it, but never really worked out well for Shorty, unfortunately. But we need to take into consideration as well that we may have rain, and rain generally tends to favor... we will have less fuel consumption and tire consumption as well.
Yeah, that is for sure, because you're just slower and you don't want to drift on that respective incidents. You don't want to drift when there is rain. Yeah, like in real life, you don't want to drift there, because else your car will just not get grip. It's just bad, yeah. And Shorty goes for lap 12. Maybe he goes for 12, 10, 10, 8 or 10, 9, 9. I don't know what he's going for. No one knows. Maybe he also goes for 12, 24, 36 and then into the finish line. I have no clue, but you see, he gets overtaken by the players who have also made that stint, and that's what the exact point that you were talking about. Yeah, Shorty lost a lot of time by just driving those last 2 laps rather safe. Of course, he is going for maybe 1 pit stop less, but is it worth it? He already lost a lot of time towards that because he was on a good position, yeah? And I think that it's not worth it for him. I hope that he can pull his strategy off, that he maybe goes for a 4-way, or like for this stint that Seferic is also saying in the chat, 12, 25, 38 and then finish. But I'm not sure if he can squeeze out that 1 last lap there as well. Yeah, because now he went for lap 12 and he's already on P23. As we have Dexter leading the race. Of course, Dexter also pitted very early. And then Wolsal and Patrosa are behind. But it's quite a good gap, and nice to see Dexter in the front. Very cool. And also Dorian rate and figure.
Yes, I think Wolsal had probably 2 to 3 mistakes, like bonked a wall somewhere. He bonked a wall and lost 2 seconds to Dexter, 2 seconds to Patros. So he's still well into 2nd place. Patros is... if Wolsal could see in his rear view mirrors, he would see Patros.
Yeah. You would see, but yeah, it's like huge gaps between them. It's very close between them. 2 seconds between Wolsal and Patrosa here, but still nothing set in stone. But it seems, I'm not sure who the race leader is right now on paper, but for me it's Wolsal, because Dexter was pitting so early and thus of course had to make a shorter stint. Yeah, and because of course he still has fuel in the tank. Not sure when Dexter will go for the next stint, but probably like he should go for like 9 lapper or something like that, that he ends up not doing a pit stop on lap 48. Yeah, but
that would
Dexter,
be a shame. Would be such a shame to pit on lap 48. Yeah, I would assume he would go for 9. And maybe if he wants to average 9 lap per stint, could extend to 10. So pit on 18. But looks like, oof, massive mistakes from Dexter. Had a no drift and turned in a bit too early. Was forced to release. Didn't bounce a wall, so good, but lost huge amount of speed.
Okay, I was
and
following.
is coming back.
I was following Wolsal in that regard when you said that, and you could see it from the distance that Dexter lost a tremendous amount of time. I mean, he was like 3 seconds ahead, and now Dexter's struggling also in this turn, not getting the best amount of speed here. Wolsal coming dangerously close, so you can see him rearing up there towards Dexter's back of the car, and it's only 0.4 of a second. Yeah, look at that, and Dexter is now probably getting overtaken by Wolsal, also due to the pit stop from Dexter. Yes. Very nice.
So it's a 8 lap stint for Dexter once again. So I think you were right. knowing that by telling that Wosai was the theoretical leader of the race, not the actual one at the time, just because Dexter pitted so early. But sometimes staying too long on the track is detrimental, and they really explain why as well. Dexter was actually leading at some point. Is maybe because Wosai stay on the track one lap too long, and ended up like this lap wasn't really optimum to stay, and Dexter ended up being in lead. But yeah, Wosai, his tire is in the orange in the 32%. He goes for fastest lap. That's a monster driving. That's a monster driving.
I just spectated in this round, and maybe the chat knows, because I had a question that evoked in my head, because I think the best strategy here is to go for either 10-8, so that you go for 10 laps, then 8-8 to the ending, or you can go 9-9 and then 8. Does it really differentiate if I go for 9 or 10? Like if I go for 2 9 stops or 1 10? Probably only that the tires behave differently in that last 10 lap, and maybe 9-9 is a bit safer, right?
I would say 9-9 is a bit safer, because going for 10-10, you never know. Sometimes when you finish your 9th lap, your tires may be at 22%, just like Wosai is. But doing a 10th lap, your tire will drop off, and suddenly the behavior of the car may change a bit too much for your liking, and you ended up driving a lot safer and a lot slower compared to, okay, you pit 1 lap early on lap 9, and then you can trust your tires all the way every time, because right now Wosai's tires are in the red. Can he trust them fully to still go hammer time all the way in every corners?
Okay, so Wosai is going for a different strategy here, as I was assuming it. So he goes for 10 laps every time, and goes for 1 more lap here, as I would probably go for you go for lap 10, then you go for lap 18, lap 26, lap 34, lap 42, boom, finish. Or you go for lap 9, 18, and then so on, you know? That was my strategy, but Pedrosa and Wosai go for the 10-10-10. Not sure what the engineer is telling them to do, because I think they have someone who is also talking for. But then they go for a 4-way stint, and not 5-way, as probably other players are doing. So let's see how this works out, as we see Berserker on P28 almost getting lapped here by Pedrosa, getting lapped now indeed. And Pedrosa also not on the worst time, you're getting so much speed over that part, but Berserker is closing in. And yeah, I thought that was a good slide, but the apex wasn't quite there from Pedrosa. But we still haven't seen rain thus far in the race.
Yes, you were correct. You planned for a 20-25-ish start of the rain, and so far hasn't really happened. And we are near the 60% remaining on the racetrack, I would say. Not really halfway through, but
it's 60%.
It is right now 60%. But
no, it's
would be
54.
the best time to start here to start raining. But what a debate if it was like a 60% chance of rain, and it only rain in the free practice. What a massive bait it would be.
But still, it changes how the players behaving with that, yeah? It changes how the players are just coping with it, let's say like that, because that means that, you know, they had less time to practice that. As we see Shorty and Marius leading, Marius probably gonna go for the lap 21 stint, and then probably just zooming it out and having one last pit stop, and Shorty probably gonna go for 10 more laps by the looks of it, and Marius will stint at lap 22, then 33, or maybe 32, I'm not sure, and then maybe 41 into finish. I'm not sure what Marius will do, but we're gonna see that. We will see if the strategies work out, as Shorty is still leading the race. But then Dexter, who has already done one more pit stop than them, as you can see here in the graph, Yeah, Dexter has already done 2 pit stops, is closing into Shorty and Marius, so it seems that the strategy from both of the OK boys is not really working out, and Dexter is closing in tremendously here because of the safe driving that we were talking about beforehand already.
And Shorty could have driven a lot more aggressive. Like his tires are barely into the to the 20%. Right now, hit the 20 red tires. So he could be really a lot more aggressive, but he's so conservative with his fuel and tires. Explain why he can go so long in his stints, which is always amazing to have a driver fast and conservative. It sometimes doesn't pair well as a driving style, but Shorty make it work, and it could be a good amount of points for Shorty and Dexter, who are in the same team and really struggling in the team championship.
Yeah, they struggle in that indeed. I mean, I think the team from from Patroso, Wolsa is not playing with the team, is looking so strong.
He is playing with Bisaker. Actually,
Wolsa is playing with Bisaker.
Wolsa is playing with Bisaker, and they are, I think they are top 2-ish, top 2, top 3 in the team championship, which is great to see.
Okay, that's actually very nice. But of course, the team from Patrosa with Moppel and I always forget the name, who is also in there. It was Joey, of course. Moppel and Joey. I always associate Joey with Massa, yeah, because he's one of Massa's viewers and I think even moderators. But Joey, of course, being also in that team, and they are doing a great job. But of course, Joey here in this race only 23rd position, but maybe the rain that can occur every time, maybe it does, maybe it does not, we don't know, can help him to catch up, as well as Berserker. And then we have Pickingant in the top 20, also a fellow Twitch viewer of mine who was very happy when I can stream a bit earlier and also stream on the weekend, because he is always missing it when I stream that late, and usually I stream fairly late in the evening. But he's doing a great job. He had P20 and dude, I didn't know it before.
There we go. It's such on point. On point. You're a genius.
I should call myself Trackmania expert at this point.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trackmania weather expert.
Yeah, but also last weekend, you know, we had the Trackmania Grand step. I called that Scrappy gets the ×5 and Afi wins his first step. What happened? Those things. And
oh, dang.
Oh my god, dude. But of course not. It's also like it's only random in the Trackmania Grand League, and here I was really taking a blind guess into that. You know, but yeah, it's raining like
sometimes gut feelings, and actually happens. You don't really know how, but they actually happen, and we will have a rain starting, lap 25, just as you said.
Yeah, approximately. I'm not completely precise yet. We already in lap 26. The rain has been announced, so it still has to like rain. You know, the rainfall is also not starting immediately in real life. But right now it is looking very foggy already, and you can't slide every round. But Wolsat's still pushing it though. Interesting to see, not really driving that conservative, because the rain is starting now, and Rosell should really try to not slide the corners. I'm trying to see how he will cope with that now, because now he should... Yeah, look, Wolsat is just doing it very nicely here and not going into a drift in this section. So very smart driving from Wolsat, pushing the limit, and we have a rainy race all of a sudden again. Very cool. And yeah, let's take our eyes on a player like Danik B, on a player like Marius, and also like all the players who have done good in the rain, and because positions will change here tremendously.
Oh yes, I think it's the time where we need to find a pack of cards and just spectate them, just to see which driver is going to make mistakes.
Okay, there we go. I'm just answering my chat. Of course, hello to everyone here. Of course, if we're in a cast, we're not gonna interact with the chat too much, but nice seeing all of you guys. Glad that you're here on this Sunday. And let's see how this rain will impact the players. As Patrosa is, I wanted to say, doing it very nicely, but then he just slides out. Thank you so much, Patrosa. And another jinx to his team. Yeah, maybe I'm getting paid, who knows? But no, I'm not. Also, Wingoby had top 6 for him. Yeah, but still
That's a great result from Ringo.
But still top, only 28 liters left. Yeah, in lap 27. So he of course has to stint very early. And also Danik B here sliding out. Then we have Figure with a good approach. But getting good uphill, but sliding out here. I was seeing that one coming. And unfortunately making that mistake. So we lose a lot of time. You see Shorty closing into Figure. You don't want to crash in that one. And Shorty is coming closer towards him. And yeah, it is actually Lars, Figure and Marius playing in a team together. That is cool. Yeah, Team Nemo.
It's great to see Figure back in the top 10, at least for this race. He didn't really have the best chances in the previous races, and Figure is a known figure in Division 1 of Trackmania Formula League, and it's great to be able to showcase him on time to times.
Yeah, I also agree on that. Of course, there were some dramas. Maybe you remember with the race that didn't count, and everyone was like, I'm not gonna play the competition. Everyone was baby raging about its score that is literally, it's for nothing here. But yeah, Figure really struggling with that uphill turn here and making another mistake, and with that Shorty is just zooming away. I think that's the most important turn on this map now, because you gather so much speed and you maintain so much speed over that turn that Figure is just losing gradual time towards the top positions, and Shorty just gained 3 seconds with that, overtaking him, and is already 2.8 seconds ahead. And we have Wingobeer pitting now, and then Picking-Enter on that 9th position, 8th position even. Great job thus far, ahead of Marius. And then we have
a crashed car. We have a Deska being crashed and banked on turn 2. Unfortunately for him, keep on seeing him being overtaken by players.
Let's see, where is Deska? What position is he on? Okay, maybe
he's dead last.
Yeah, maybe his thing didn't load again.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I would probably agree with this.
That's a Fields Batman for Deska. Yes. So let's go to the top 20. We have Trilux, 20th position. Then Joey Wall sliding out here, but saving it quite nicely. Then Moppel, Wingobear, then Vekisos. Yeah, that is the player from Finland that I was searching for. He also played the Elite Cup. Unfortunately, has been eliminated. Or was it the Elite Cup? Yeah, it was the Elite Cup in the before the quarterfinals. He did a great job there, but didn't do... he just missed on the last couple of rounds, but still he's also a very good player. Then Razorlight, Dorian Raid, then we have Claudio, Sook, then Funky Jug behind Berlul, as well as Picking-Enter. Then we have Marius Figure, overtaken by Marius here. Picking-Enter also going to that 6th position. Actually a great fight between the players. Danik B, Shorty, Dexter, Patrosa and Wosal. So Wosal still leading. Look at this gap, 14 seconds between first and second.
Yeah, and just like, if everything continues like this, Wosal is going to have fastest lap. Because in the rain, we are running like a 57. I think 57 was the best lap we had. Maybe a 56 at some point, but never we are going to beat a 52. So Wosal is going to have the fastest lap. He had pole position, so it could be a perfect Sunday for Wosal.
Wow.
With the maximum amount of points.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mopel may have disconnected again.
Yeah, this time I didn't spectate him, so it wasn't me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would think it is a disconnect.
Yeah, that's a Fields Batman again for Moppel.
So unfortunate. Yeah. It's so unfortunate because I think he was in a good running. Right?
Yeah, he was, I think, in the top 10 or top 15 spot, and thus would have gotten some good points. Joey is not too far ahead, but of course the second race with the DC, and Moppel is not a player who is like just quitting the server or something like that. He is usually a player who continues to race. As we see Picking and touching a tree, they are losing so much speed. And Picking and just struggling here, just giving him some some attention because he's having a great race here on that 8th position. But Marius and Figure are overtaking him here in just that sector. But gaps are quite large. I mean, Danik B, Marius and Shorty are maybe batting it out. But Marius is also like 5 seconds away from Shorty. Yeah, that's the case.
So Joey, one of my favorite to win it all, only on P15, slowly coming back onto Cloud Joe and Wingo Bear here. So yeah, he's grabbing places, grabbing points for his team. His team definitely need him to get a good result. But yeah, he's a bit too far back, I think, to play any scheme in this race to play any good podium places.
Yeah, again, you see this turn. Yeah. And I think with that mistake, you just lose a lot of time. Of course, Joey can come back from that, but this turn is just so important to nail, and he has just made that mistake. As we see Dexter and Shorty being out of Bolsa, but of course Bolsa with a fresh tank, lap 33. I haven't checked how much tire consumption and fuel consumption you have, but I think it will be less compared to a dry race. Yeah, as we see Figure pushing it here, being in the red. 4.3 liters, 4.1 liters left. Can he make it to the pit stop? Of course, he is not really consuming that much, but 3.6 liters. It is enough. It is well enough, but still plays with fire there, and maybe has to worry about a mistake that he shouldn't do here. So good to see that. 2 liters left, and Figure is making it, and probably second to last pit here for the German player.
So just small intel in the leading cars, Dexter, Wosoil, Shorty, even Patros. Dexter is the one who has pitted on lap 24, so 2 laps before it's actually started raining, and he's still well in his stints. Like in terms of fuel, yes, he's starting to drop below the 30 liters mark, but in terms of tires, he's quite well, 44% tires, and he has definitely extended his stint. We went from a 8 lap stint to more than 10 laps, and he's going to go for an 11-1. So I think yeah, Dexter could go for a lap 12, maybe 13th stint when in the rain.
Actually interesting, because now also Shorty is capitalizing from that tremendously, because
yes,
you just want to use all your resources as possible on rain by the looks of it, because the car, I think, tends to slide out not anyway with that rainy texture. Yeah, and both of Dexter and Shorty are doing a great job, currently leading. Of course, Wolstad is behind them, but still they're just using their resources a bit better. And also Marius here was at 8.4 liters going into that last passage, going very wide here, also avoiding the jump that you can get there, or like the slide where your car is just gripping away. Marius doing it really nicely and finds himself just behind Wolstad, but of course he has to pit now. Shorty and Dexter probably gonna go for another lap. Shorty sliding out though, and they will do so indeed. Yeah, so it seems that the strategy kind of works out. And also look at Joey, P7.
Yeah, coming back. A lot less errors from Joey onto the uphill section, right onto the bridge. And yeah, will be good amount of points. He's only 30 seconds behind Dexter, so definitely came back alive when the rain actually started. And that's some very good position from Joey.
Indeed, that's a very good position, but of course he has not as much fuel in the tank as the others, as he has a bit of a lag there by the looks of it. And he is on that 6th place at the moment. Racerlight is ahead of him, also a United driver who is very good on coast. Yeah, so he is sliding out there a bit, but still is able to hold it, coming closer to Patrose. Then Wolsal is still behind Dexter and Shorty, but of course they will go into the pit lane now, over or lapping Lars here. Dexter not going for the pit stop here, and Deska of course now giving up because he rejoined the server. But yeah, Dexter, yet another lap for him. And then we have Wolsal lurking 3 seconds behind. So could be an interesting finish here, because I think Dexter could squeeze out Ah, no. He still has to pit twice, by the looks of it.
Now, I think he still has to pit once. I think we are going to see the last wave of pit stop with Shorty in. It is the last pit stop of Shorty, no matter what, because just Shorty is a madman. But I think it's going to be the last pit stop for Dexter, even Wosile. Wosile, yes, it's a clear last pit stop. Racerlight and DR6 as well are on their last pit stop.
Interesting though, because you were right. I thought for a second that he did at 26, but he did at 24, and thus he can squeeze out like with that the full race. That is correct. And also look at Dexter here, 127, 123. Like this guy is so fast here in the pit lane.
Yeah. Oh he's risking. He's risking because he knows he need to risk in order to win. He has a very good opportunity to win there, even though if Woside is still great driver, but Dexter, it is his last pit stop of the race. 13 laps. It should be good to go all the way to the end.
Yeah, he also went for 99 liters, so not standing the extra second in the pit. Yeah. So I think Dexter has a really good shot of winning it today. Yeah, changing his strategy accordingly. Yeah, you can really see that there. Also the others, of course, but Dexter kind of, it seemed that he had a plan. Yeah, and the plan worked out. Maybe he predicted that. I don't know, but this looks very good for Dexter. And right now he is on his last pit stop. He is full. And also Shorty. Yeah?
Yeah.
As well as Marius.
We could have a P1, P2.
Also Marius.
From Dexter and Shorty.
Oh, this will be interesting to see now when Wosa will pit, of course. And also how long the rain will last. Because we don't know that. Yeah? We don't have a forecast here or anything like that. As we only see Dexter, Shorty and Marius, the so-called OK boys. Yeah? Which I'm also part of, are currently on a good spot, and they can just squeeze it out here. Maybe Marius with 80 liters, not quite yet, but we're gonna see. Maybe they're gonna coast the half of the last lap or something like that. I don't know, but good strategy.
Knowing Shorty definitely could.
Yeah, knowing Shorty, he could definitely make it there. I agree. Shorty with together with Marius with the least amount of pit stops, but you can see it here. Shorty and Marius 11 and 12, so Marius went for one pit stop earlier every round, and maybe this is paying off now in favor for Shorty, because yeah, 36 can be possible, 35 not quite sure though, but still it's nothing over. They can still make mistakes. Yeah, as we see Joey on that third position, and he also has to make only one more pit stop, maybe even in this round. We don't know, maybe he goes for another lap. But he has still 42% of tires, so he should well go for yet another lap here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he can still go for two more and pit at the end of the second. Yeah, but you don't use too much fuel. Even in the rain, even in the dry, the drivers didn't really use that much fuel. Hence why Shorty, not really known to use a lot, to be aggressive with his tires, could really extend his stints, just because he knows that he's going to use a lot more fuel compared to tires.
Yeah, so I think then really the pit stop strategies will decide the race here. If of course this all turns out like that the rain will continue and stuff like that. Interesting race though, not a race that we've seen thus far, like from the style here, maybe in the previous season, but having rain always adds a bit of flavor to it. That is always very cool to see. And currently it is Joey pitting in this round. Okay, he could have gone for one more, because as you said, I looked at him, he had 16 liters and now he has at 9.1 liters, but of course that also results into a shorter pit stop. But still Joey on his last stint here as well. Then we have Wosa, and then also Patrose and Dexter in the top three. Shorty and Marius behind. And then Danik B on that sixth position at the moment. Then Joey coming out of the pit, also getting overtaken by Peking Enter, who's on P number 7. Doing a good job here as well.
And Figure as well on P9.
Yeah. But they still have to pit. So some people, like Peking Enter for example, and also Danik B, they will pit one more time, as well as Wosan and Patrose. And I think the strategy really makes the difference today. Really makes...
Yes.
Does.
I think the entire season, the strategy made a difference all the time. Wosile last time crashed out. Last race crashed out a bit too much, I think, in order to really have a shot as catching up Patrose. But we've seen that Marius was on the same strategy compared to Patrose, but was a tiny bit slower on the racetrack, and Wosile was able to sneak out a second place. So yeah, I think this season was really incredible in terms of the race was not really decided on sheer pace, but also on the strategy being chosen by the drivers.
Yeah, especially that one race where Massa has won. That was probably the most impressive victory that I've seen this race. But also here, like, I mean, Dexter, Shorty, and Marius probably being on TeamSpeak and or on Discord, and they have decided what they're gonna do. And Dexter's strategy looked the fastest. Yeah, just going for the full send at the start and then adapting it to a very slow pitting stop and then 13 and into 13. Not sure if that was intended, but then of course it is lucky for Dexter that he is able to finish like that. You see 62 liters still in the tank, and then we have 8 laps including this one to go. And he looks good to finish this race in style. Patrose and Wosile have to go for the pit stop in like 3 laps. So they are down 24 liters, but of course it will be a shorter lap or a shorter stint, but still they have to slow down.
Yeah, they have to slow down. I think like if we were in the dry, 28 seconds was not enough in terms of time of delta between 2 drivers for one driver to stay ahead of the other one while pitting. Dexter is 25 seconds behind Wosile right now, and I don't think, even knowing that Wosile will do a short pit stop, I don't think that 25 seconds is enough for Wosile to stay ahead. Maybe staying ahead of Shorty, who is 40 seconds behind, is possible, but I think Wosile at the end of his pit stop will slot right between Dexter and Shorty.
I'm not sure how long the pit stop will last, but I also think that it will last a bit longer, as Wosile is not making those mistakes though in this crucial section, this 180 turn and this right-hander. And right now Wosile finds himself on lap 45 and he has still 16 liters in the tank. So I think he will go for the pit stop after that, and then we're gonna know more than that. 26 seconds between Wosile and Dexter, and then Patrose is going for the pit stop now. I think this is the good comparison here, as Patrose... Oh my god, what is Patrose doing? He went too far and he had to adjust. That cost him like 1 to 2 seconds, and Dexter is indeed overtaking him here, as Patrose is still in the pit. And I think your prediction could be on point with that. I have a good feeling about this. And yeah, Patrose now up on the track again, and also Shorty is closing in a bit, but it is Dexter overtaking him here, and Wosile has to pit in this lap 45. But of course it will be a short stint. Oh my god,
very short one. I think, yeah, it's going to be so tight.
Okay, he's going for another
between
one.
Dexter and Wosile. Okay, he is really risking it all. A tiny mistake into a wall or something like this could be detrimental for Wosile. Yeah. Even though I think 9 liters is enough, because most of the drivers only put like 7 liters to 8 liters per lap. Looks like it as at least in the rain. But he's good in terms of tires. He's not going to lose too much time. But Dexter is slowly but surely catching up. It was 26 seconds behind. Now it's only 24. So yeah, we need to watch out Dexter so closely right now, and as well as Patrose, because Patrose may be a bit too far, unfortunately, to stay to be ahead of Wosile when he exits the pit.
I think actually it's enough for Wosile to stay ahead. Oh, he almost got a speeding penalty. But let's take a look here. 27 seconds. Dexter is coming closer, but of course Wosile's pit stop
is on the bridge.
Super short. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he only goes for that. And I think Wosile is actually ahead here. I was also estimating a bit wrong,
is.
but also Dexter has made a lot of mistakes. Yeah.
Okay, so we have, looks like it, given no mistake from our side. A perfect Sunday from the French driver.
Not yet. Not yet.
Given no mistakes, and Dexter goes for one.
But yeah, Dexter has made a lot of mistakes here in those. I was spectating him twice or 3 times, and he has lost a lot of speed. It was Dexter's race to win here. We could have had a good fight, but now Wolsal is 8 seconds ahead. Every mistake is, of course, very costly, and also Wolsal can still make mistakes. And just talking about that, look at this! We have a great fight between the players. Patrose now overtaking Dexter here, and Wolsal all of a sudden only 1.8 seconds ahead. We would have a great finish here. Lap 47, yes. 3 seconds between the top 3 guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is match fixing at its finest, and also great jinxing here from Atypick. Great job.
Yes, I love to jinx when when it's in the rain.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh damn.
Oh, Jesus, Lord in heaven. Wolsal is leading, but only with 1 second. So one mistake will be lethal for Wolsal, for the player, for Team Game Ward. Yeah.
Look at Patrose. Patrose is so fast. Into the turn.
What a fight.
Side by side.
Dude, imagine racing for like 40 minutes and you were inside of each other for that first place. Lap 48, yeah. There we go. Wolsal risking it so much there, but he's still leading the race. Patrose with a better apex has a bit more speed over that part. It's really decisive to get yourself a good amount of speed. Wolsal is doing it great, not sliding out. It's still neck and neck between the players. 0.2 of a second, and we have Dexter not being so far away as well, so Dexter can also make some damage here. Wolsal sliding out, and Patrose is in the lead again, and also Dexter is closing in. We have 2 more laps and the race not being decided thus far. Oh lord.
Yeah, Wolsal definitely don't want to put a wheel on the penalty grass, and he falls down to P2. Patrose well ahead right now. One second ahead. Wolsal being closed by Dexter. Dexter into the turn. So much speed. Patrose maybe a tiny mistake. Dexter could go in front very, very soon, but still. Oh no! Dexter! Slide out! Grab some air times. Damn it for Dexter. Oh damn.
Yeah.
He's well behind now. 5.5 and 4.4 behind Wolsal.
So Dexter on P3, but who is getting that first position? Will it be Patrose or Wolsal? I feel like it's a deja vu moment at the moment. Like, I just have that moment with Joey and Scrappy in my head right now.
Oh yes, it is. They were so close to one another as well.
Yeah. Okay,
and
so
there we have Nano's DNF.
Yeah, so clap for Nano, map author, DNFing the race. Very cool to see that. But now Patrose versus Wolsal. The last lap is coming in, and we have Patrose who is leading the race. Great comeback, but also a crucial mistake there from Wolsal in lap 46 or 47, I assume.
Yeah,
and it seems that
both of them.
And I think Patrose is gonna take it here by the looks of it. Only a couple of more turns. Of course, I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I'm just going to shut up and stop talking. Oh, Besaker on P12. But yeah, like it was amazing race, and looks like Patrose may end up winning it.
One more turn.
No mistakes once again. One more turn. It was the detrimental turn last time for Joey, but looks like it. Patrose is going to win under the rain. Oh damn! What a race we just witnessed.
Yeah, what a finisher that was, especially lap 48 and 49. Unfortunately, Dexter has made that mistake, but still ends up on a 3rd position. And look at that! Joey! What a comeback was this from Joey! P4 for Joey. That is a great performance. Racerlight on 5th position.
He was on 15. He was on 15, 17 at some point. And
that is crazy.
Then the race happened.
Then Racerlight, Shorty, Wingo Bear picking enter. Figure overtaking Marius. Then Danik B, Berserker, Claudio, Dorian Raid, Lars, Siuk, Berlul, Funky Jug, Verkisus, and Totti. Yeah, those are the players. Also a great performance here from Picking Enter on that 8th position. Maybe a bit too much fuel left in the tank. Yeah, So you could have maybe overtaken Ringo Bear at the ending. But hey, it is what it is.
Yep. The calm when the rain stopped, it's so great. But such a good race, we just had, and wow, well, Wolfsile missing out on a perfect Sunday I think at the end, but probably the pit stop may have like stopped him in his momentum. He had a good rhythm. And sometimes pitting out is like cuts you from your rhythm, and I think it, because otherwise Wolfsile drove a very good race, even in the rain. I was so surprised by it, and yeah, he just lose out to some mistakes.
There we have the bacon.
Mistakes. And there we go.
I love it, man. I love it.
How can you try to be serious when you're talking while this guy has a bacon? Bacon. But yeah, amazing race. Amazing race.
I think the best strategy was done by Dexter, going for the 8-8 and then 13-13. But at the end, it didn't work out because Dexter has just made a little bit too many mistakes, and Patrosa just coped the raid very nicely. He has really shown us that he can really work with that. Then we had also Patrosa with a great race and denying the perfect weekend to Wolfsile. So that is very cool to see here that the top 3 is like that again. But Wolfsile not winning his, I think, even 4th race or something. So very cool. And yeah, that's the race.
I think it is the 4th race won by Patros this season. I need to check it, but I think it's the 4th win for Patros.
I think the 2nd or 3rd one, because Wolfsile has just won all the races. And also Simply Nick with a rate of 94 beautiful human beings. Hello to all of you guys. Hello to F or Japa 1908. Hello to Wilts, Hentalia, and also Kevin, as well as Breakbeats. Hello. We just finished the casting of the Trackmania Formula League, race number 7, which Nick also has attended. I hope you're all doing great. I will cast the Trackmania Grand League Challenger and also the Trackmania Grand League afterwards. But let's take a look onto the ranking here. Is it already?
It is actually the 4th win for Patros this season.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, we get the raids here coming in. Also Shanghai with the raid. Okay, guys.
Damn, everyone is raiding.
Everyone is raiding.
Just to see a piece of bacon.
Just to see a piece of bacon there. There we go. But I think it was a very good race. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it now from now on because of the new raiders who might have not watched the Trackmania Formula League. Make sure to watch it. It will be on my YouTube, or watch various POVs from Simply Nick, of course, and also from others like Dexter has also probably streamed. Marius, Trilux for the Germans. Then we have Wolfsile as well as streaming, as well as Wingo Bear. So make sure to do that. And also huge thanks for the raids. Make sure to check out Simply Nick and also Shanghai. So any final words to the race or to the season in general?
No. I think it's. I'm so eager to be back once again.
Yeah.
Next week for race number 8. 3 race left, and a championship that ever so slightly widened, unfortunately, between Wolfsile and Patros. Not a close championship, at least for P2. I think it is a close one, even though Patros widened his lead to Dexter.
Yeah.
But such a great league that we have. I'm so glad to be casting with you, and we have still 3 races to go. So see you next week, same times, same place.
Goodbye, everyone, and I will see you for the Trackmania Grand League Challenger cast. Thank you so much for joining Atypick. It was a great cast as per usual today, and have a good Sunday. And I think you have a free day tomorrow, so enjoy the free day. Or is it also like... Okay.
Indeed. We have a free day.
Yeah. Enjoy it, man. I never have a free day, but that's just me being streaming, so that's what it is.
You have a free day all day.
Wow, what do you mean? I'm not...
What do you mean? You're so mean. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Have a good one, and I will see you around, man. Goodbye.
Goodbye.